Hey guys, this is Bear Gaming and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we are going to continue where we left off yesterday. Since yesterday, we tried and composed an all-female team or a waifu team, today, we are going to try and compose a all-male or husbando team. By the way guys, happy Friday, and we are here in the Air Squadron, and this is what it looks like if you haven't set your favorite characters. So it's empty and you can clearly see the entire ambience of the specific team. So this current team that I'm using, this is the Exos Republic team, and if you want to change your Air Squadron theme, all you have to do is look at the button on the lower left portion of the screen. You can see this theme button here. Just press it and choose any of the following themes here that you like. So we tried Greenland, and there's also one for Lenombe. I'm pretty sure guys, if you've been following our YouTube channel for quite some time already, you are aware that I really love the Lenombe theme. But when it comes to the themes and the music, I really prefer the Greenland and Estuaries because it's really enchanting. Especially this one. For the normal version of the airship theme, you can choose among Lenombe, Greenland, Estuaries, and Wasted Red. And again, there's something wrong with my mouse, so please do excuse me because I'm trying my best to control it right now and show you the Wasted Red, but it seems it doesn't want to. This is the Wasted Red theme. It's giving me Aladdin vibes. And there's a special theme also. And in order for you to use this, you really need to use blue crystals, which means you really need to use real money in order for you to purchase this. And look at this Varsay beach. And the song, it's really nice. And there's also the Shining Pearl Resort. And this kind of reminds me of that Summer Paradise and Summer Festa Fate Core theme. It would be really great if we have this theme on, since, well, you know, I'm a free-to-play player, so I won't be purchasing that one. So let's stick with the Exos Republic theme because this is really nice. It has this calming vibe. So again guys, happy Friday. So we are going to try and form a husbando team. So this is just one sample of the many. So let me know if you want to talk about a certain team that you like or a specific character, and let's try to build a team around that specific character that you want or favored. So let's go to the teams button. You can see there are several buttons below here in the screen inside the Air Squadron. So just tap or click the second one, and here you are in the teams page. So this is where we are going to compose a team. So usually what happens is, if you put characters over here, this will be displayed in the Air Squadron and as well as for the story chapters. So now let's start. So when we talk about husbando teams, usually for those of you who's really aware of the game, of the different nation, when it comes to Greenland, these are all female characters, so that's why it's easy for us to form a waifu team. But when it comes to husbandos, most likely everyone will say it's the Lenombe team. But then again, I remember April. April is also part of the Lenombe nation and she's a female, so we are going to compose a team that whereas April is not included in this one. So we're not going to include April. So first we are going to change the formation because I think I'm visualizing there are 3 characters at the back row, so we have to change this to balanced back row formation and then press confirm. And so first we are going to put Raquel here. Again, if you don't know him, he is the general of Lenombe Nation. So he has this special passive increase of 10% of HP, attack, and defense for the characters of Lenombe Nation. So we have here Raquel. And then we put Glenn. He's also from Lenombe because you can see this label just below their icon. It says the name of the nation. And we are going to put Baraka. So usually, Baraka and Raquel is such a good pair. They really work well together when it comes to battles. So now we are going to choose the 2 remaining characters. I can say Morris is also from Lenombe. He's also good, and yep, he's also a male character because as you can see, if you have equipped the Fate Core, definitely you are going to see the Fate Core image. And sometimes when it comes to the Diastrophism Fate Core theme, let's say for Garth, you can see that, oops, I happen to press. Let's say for Garth, you can see that the Fate Core equipped is actually the female version of Garth, which is under the Diastrophism theme, but we can always change that here in the Manage Heroes. So let's go here.
Is this all
let's
you've
look
got?
for Garth, and you can always change the costume using this button in the middle. So when it comes to Fate Core, you are going to change this one here, the first one among the three small slots here just below the character or the hero's image. So this is where you change the Fate Core. But when it comes to the costume, it's always here in the middle. And if you're going to choose the costume without bothering the Fate Core, therefore nothing will change except for the appearance. So it's either we are going to use this one for Garth or this one if you like the younger version of Garth. So we can always do that. Even for Naomi. Because if you know guys, Naomi, based from the name, originally she is a female character, but with the Fate Core, I think this is also considered under the Diastrophism, I guess. Well, not really, no, because it's when it comes to the Diastrophism, they are actually little girls. So I think this is just the gender bent version, wherein he's a male in the past world. So let's go back to the Lenombe team. So I guess we are going to push with the single nation team, just like yesterday. We just focus on a single nation, which is Greenland. So this time we are going to try and form an all-male team based on Lenombe nation only. So we are not going to try a mixed team such as probably Lenombe mixed with Wasted Red because of Garth or with Honok. And again guys, this kind of team, we don't have a healer. Unlike yesterday, we have Talia for Greenland. So this time, Lenombe's healer is actually April, but since she is a girl, and if we are going to include her here, therefore this is no longer an all-male team. Unless she has a gender bent Fate Core, that is. But since there's none, we are going to look for someone who's under Lenombe and is a male character. And I'm thinking it's going to be Shakhan. So this team looks good. It doesn't have any healer, but if you are going to act fast or if your character is going to attack fast enough and deal massive damage, eventually you don't need any more healing, but just do massive blows and then for sure you're going to win. So if you are going to ask me which heroes among the five is going to act first or is going to attack first, I am going to say that it should be Morris. Mori should have the highest attack speed in order for him to act first or attack first, because usually during the first round, all of your heroes are going to use the first skill. So this applies almost all, unless there's going to be some conditions like they are able to break a certain stone and then it's going to reset their turn. There will be a probability that he's going to use the second skill, but it's more on the manual side. But when it comes to automatic battles, usually what happens is that during the first round, everyone is going to use their first skill. So what happens if Morris is going to attack first? He's going to use the Master's Tempering, increases attack of all allies by 11%. So this is a buff. Considering he's the one who's going to attack first, everyone gets the buff, increases of attack of all allies by 11%. So what happens is, remember Glenn is under the Summer Festa Fate Core team, right? And it says here, Summer's Blessing afflicts target with modification for 3 turns upon attacking an enemy if there is a buff on self. So what happens is, if Morris will give buff to the entire team, of course, Glenn is there, pretty sure his attacks will have this effect. you can see this modification because it says here, afflicts target with modification for 3 turns upon attacking an enemy if there is a buff. So since there's a buff from Morris, definitely is going to afflict Summer Blessing modification towards the enemy, wherein the enemies will turn into ducks. So most likely, again, since this is just the first round, let's just imagine, okay? He's going to use the Scorching Injustice Strike, which deals 150% damage to one enemy and 50% chance to afflict target with Provoke for 3 turns. So let's say he's going to attack the highest attacker of the enemy, let's say. So this is good because eventually, with the buff and his modification skill, most likely, well, if your effect hit is also high, definitely your enemy will turn into ducks or will be modified. So that's enough time for you to stall. And then after that, I think it's going to be, it's good if Baraka is going to attack third, because you have here Sword of the Desert deals 187% damage to one enemy and 60% chance to afflict target with silent. So another debuffing. So let's say Glenn happens to attack a character that has the highest attack, and then Baraka goes next. He's going to attack another DPS and will cast silence. So definitely you are going to put 2 characters or enemies into a state wherein they are debuffed and they cannot move. So another plus points to your team. Therefore, you'll be able to move faster. So you can see here, he has this triggers double team when an ally basic attacks 1 time per round. Mana burns 1 mana target and grants gain mana to all back row allies if mana burn is successful. So eventually, when he tries to attack an enemy, well, I think the first special here, triggers double team. This only applies when an ally basic attack. So the normal skill, the normal attacking, sorry, erase that. Not the skill, but the normal attack. So this triggers double team. But since we are visualizing or we are imagining that what if Morris, well, most likely because I said during the first round, everyone is going to use the first skill. So after Glenn, so first is Morris, second is Glenn, and then when it's Baraka's turn, he's going to use the Sword of Desert. So again, there's no basic attacking there. Probably he's going to use the mana burn skill, special skill is going to get triggered. Eventually, he's going to get mana and distribute mana to all back row allies. So that's mana for Raquel and Morris. And then, after that, I guess the fourth one to attack is Raquel. Oh, sorry. Again, guys, there's something wrong with my mouse. That's why this happens. We're going to check Raquel's first skill, Quick Slash, deals 262% damage to one enemy and 70% chance to purge all buffs from the target. So this is just a single target DPS. So I guess you can see the pattern. For Greenland Nation, most of the characters there are in AoE, most of their skills. But when it comes to Lenombe Nation, the main characters over here, especially these 5, most of them have single target DPS, or yeah, single target. So anyway, so first again, it could be Morris, followed by Glenn, then Baraka, fourth is Raquel, and the last one is Shakhan. His first skill is Dragon's Anger, deals 150% damage to one enemy and 50% chance to decrease attack of target by 18% for 6 turns. So if we are going to do this in auto mode, so let's just hope he's going to do or cast his first skill to the highest attacker, the enemy that has the highest attack, let's say. So this is the cycle again. Morris, Glenn, Baraka, Raquel, then Shakhan. Then here comes the second round. Most likely everyone is going to use their second skill. So again, Morris will do the Blacksmith's Hammer, deals 525% damage to one enemy and increases critical hit rate of all allies by 20% for 10 turns. So this is another buff. This increases the critical hit rate. So this goes for all. That means the second skill that they are going to unleash is really massive. So just imagine. So again guys, we are trying to visualize what's going to happen, or we are trying to compose a battle sequence wherein we are trying to imagine this type of sequence. And what happens is, most likely, well, I'm trying to say that we are trying to imagine a scene where this certain pattern happens. So it could be some enemies can attack in between any of them, because it really depends on the attack speed of your character and your enemy's characters. So let's say your Morris has the highest attack speed, definitely he will be the one who's going to attack first. So it's a matter of checking out your gears and checking the attack speed, really, because this determines the sequence of your characters. So here we are trying to imagine the battle sequence or the turns of attack, something like this. So if, let's say we are in the second round, Morris is going to unleash the second skill. This increases the critical hit rate. So he's also going to be followed by Glenn, because still this is the sequence. Even though, let's say, there are enemies who's going to attack in between them, depending on the attack speed again. So he's going to do scorching bomber, or scorching bombing order. Deals 178% damage to all enemies and 60% chance to afflict target with stun. So remember guys, if buff is there, therefore modification will take place. So again, since Morris will cast his second skill and there's going to be a buff, so definitely this is an AoE damage. Deals 178% damage to all enemies and 60% chance to afflict target with stun for 6 turns, plus the modification since there is a buff from Morris. So just imagine that everyone or all of your enemies will turn into ducks when that happens. And then here comes Baraka. He's going to unleash the Dance of Sandstorm. Deals 262% piercing damage to an enemy. And after that, it's going to be Raquel. Sorry about that. So it's going to be Raquel who's going to use the second skill, which is really massive also. Silent Slash deals 525% damage to one enemy and 90% chance to mana burn. So let's say your unlucky enemy who's going to be attacked by Raquel, all of his mana or her mana will be burned, removed 5 mana. If this will take place, the Silent Slash. And then the 5th character who's going to attack is Shakhan. Oops. And he's going to use the log. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Maybe I'm going to check this after the video. The Lodge Dragon. Okay, let's pronounce that. The Lodge Dragon deals 105 damage to all back row enemies and 50% chance to afflict target with Nullify buff for 5 turns. So just imagine the sequence. Morris, then Glenn, then Baraka, Raquel, and then Shakhan. So all you have to do is just check out their attack speed in order for you to determine which character will act first. So that's my imagination when it comes to this specific team. It doesn't have a healer again because currently our healer for Lenombe is April, who is a girl. So since we are trying to build a Husbando team, I think this is a good team because you can see the sequence. We are trying to imagine the sequence of their skills and the passives, and everything is going to combine. It's like they're helping each other. You can see the distribution of the passives and stuff. So let me know what you think. So if you have any comments regarding a different character, so just let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best and try to reimagine and think things like, since we don't have any special events currently in Exos Heroes, everyone is still waiting for Season 7. I am still checking out the official pages of Exos Heroes, and it seems that we just have Choice Fate Corre. So let's just hope during the summer, in April, May, probably Season 7 will be released. So let's cross our fingers. So again guys, please do not forget to subscribe to my Twitch channel, and also for my YouTube channel as well, where you can see all of my other Exos Heroes content and other games as well. And again, if you have any suggestions, just to drop a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. And if you do like my videos, so do drop a like. And what else? So I'm trying to still think if there are some information that I missed when it comes to this team. So again guys, this is not the last, because definitely if you have some suggestion in building a certain team around that character, let me know. We are going to try and make a video out of that. And that's all. This is Bear Gaming. Have a great weekend, everyone.